I made the decision that at the end of last year, we were laying out certain non-negotiables that, number one, I didn't want to take any meetings until noon. So I wanted to be able to come in and, my first meetings, anything that I needed to do would be at noon, which meant that from the morning when I would wake up until noon, that would be time for me. And that could be time for things like, I don't really love the term self-care, but things relating to health, fitness, taking our daughter to school, like all the things that I wanted to be able to do and focus on myself, and then, dealing with everything at the office. So that was number one. Also, being able to block out that time meant that we would give certain people levels of autonomy and allow, our leaders to be able to function autonomously. Basically, we fast forward now 6 months of doing this. First, I felt tremendously guilty. How could I come in at this hour, right? I was used to coming in, like being the first one in. You come in, it's like 7 a.m. Now you're coming in at noon. So your work week in some ways is shorter because I would still finish around like 6 o'clock. But we fast forward 6 months, we had our best first quarter, we had our best second quarter in the history of the company. We're doing better than ever, and it's amazing. So there's a lot of things that I attribute that to. Just getting out of the way is one. Having great leaders in place is another thing. But also, my competency, my level of decision-making has improved significantly because I spend a lot of time reading, thinking, journaling, just really being able to give myself time to think about kind of the vision of the organization, the strategy behind the organization. Because when you really look at what are the most impactful things that you can do as a leader, it comes back to your decisions and the quality and the caliber of the decisions you're able to make. You make the right decisions, you move the organization forward. You make the wrong decisions, even if they're micro decisions. We make dozens, if not hundreds of decisions a day, and they're all weighted differently. And there's always going to be key decisions you make every single year, whether you hire somebody, whether you fire somebody, whether you invest in an initiative, whether you don't invest in an initiative, whatever that decision might be, that if you make the right decision, it moves you forward exponentially. And if you make the wrong decision, sometimes don't even realize it at the time, but a series of wrong decisions keeps you stuck or moves you backwards. So if you look at how can I set myself up as a leader to make the best decisions possible, it requires you to be in a certain state where you're refreshed mentally, where you're focused, you're restored, you're feeling good, you've got clarity, you've got confidence. And if you can protect those things, you can be a much, much better leader.